Hi everyone, this is Module 1, Topic B, Lesson number 8, Problem Set Help. So what you're going to find in this video are all 6 problems from problem set number 8, and I'm just going to walk you through and kind of help you, and if you have any further questions, please feel free to email me. All of you know my email address, but I'll just write it here for you at eastbronze@newtonnj.org, and let me know what else it is that I can help you with. So let's begin. So number 1, write an equation that will model the proportional relationship. So remember, when it's asking you to write an equation, we are looking for y is equal to kx. And the k represents your unit rate or your constant. So to do that, let's answer these questions. So there are 3 cans that store 9 tennis balls. Here's the important part. It says consider the number of balls per can. Okay, so that's how we're going to write our ratio. So let's start. We're doing part A here. So we're going to compare balls in cans. So what that means is I have 9 tennis balls right here in 3 cans right here. So this is all of part A. And to find the constant of proportionality, what this is asking me here, the constant of proportionality, that's the same as finding the unit rate. So I'm going to take both numerator and denominator and divide by 3. So I get an answer of 3/1. So what this means is I can store 3 tennis balls per can. So for part A, it says find the constant of proportionality. What part A is asking us to do is find what k is equal to. So k is equal to 3. And in part B, it says write an equation to represent the relationship. So y is equal to kx. I already know what k is. So what I'm going to do is substitute 3 in place of k. Y is equal to 3x. And there's my equation. And what that means is 1 tube could hold 3 balls. So to find the total number, if I had 2 tubes, it would tell me the total number of balls I'd have altogether. And to check the original problem, if I take 3 times 3, 3 balls per can times 3 cans, that gives me 9 altogether. All right, so there's number 1. Let's move on to number 2. So number 2 says in 25 minutes, Lee can run 10 laps around the track. Determine the number of laps she can run per minute. So laps per minute. That's how I'm going to set up my ratio for part A. So laps to minutes. All right, and I'm going to show you this problem in 2 separate ways for part A. So she can run 10 laps in 25 minutes. So here's method number 1. Most students will divide by 5 because the fraction can be reduced by 5. 5 is a number that can go into both 10 and into 25. And when we reduce this, we get 2/5. So what does that mean? It means that Lee can run 2/5 of a lap per minute. Okay, now here's the second way, and some students like this way a little better. Both ways are fine. Okay, here's the second way. So we have 10/25, and what students will do is divide the numerator and denominator by 25, because we are finding unit rate. And if you take your calculator, 10 divided by 25, you should get 0.4. So 0.4/1. And what does that mean? That means Lee can run 4/10 of a lap per minute. You are saying the same thing The only difference is up here you're giving me the fractional version, and down here you're giving me the decimal version. So either one is okay. In part B, it says write the equation. So for part B, depending on which method you like better, you can write your answer for part B in one of two ways. So remember, we use y equals kx. K is your constant of proportionality, also known as the unit rate. So here's one way. Y is equal to 2 over 5x. Or you can write y is equal to 0.4x. Okay, so there you have it. There's number 2. Let's move on to number 3. So in number 3, students find this problem difficult. This is a very, very simple problem. Let me show you how. Jennifer is shopping with her mother. They pay $2 per pound for tomatoes and tomatoes at a vegetable stand. So part A is asking us to find the constant of proportionality. Find the unit rate. What this is saying is find how much each pound costs. How much does each pound cost? And I know sometimes the simpler the problem sounds, the harder you think it should be. But it's very direct, very to the point. So if we take a look, it costs $2 per pound. So for part A, what's the constant of proportionality? Well, very simple, $2. For part B, it's asking us to write the equation. So y is equal to kx. K is our constant of proportionality. So y is equal to 2x. And there's number 3 for you. Let's move on to number 4. So number 4, it's very important that you look at the wording. So the question is saying it costs $15 to send 3 packages through a certain shipping company. Consider the number of packages per dollar. So that's how I'm going to write my ratio. So here's part A, packages over dollars. So I can send 3 packages for $15. So for this one, I'm going to show it to you in 2 ways again. I'm sorry if you hear a ton of noise in the background. There's a ton of kids screaming outside. So what we're going to do is reduce this by dividing by 3, because 3 is a number that can go into both of these. So we get 1 over 5. What does that mean? 1/5 of a package can be shipped per dollar. So it costs $1 to ship 1/5 of the package. So I know that sounds kind of silly, but that's how the numbers work. So that's one way. Now let me show you a second way like I did before. So we have 3 over 15. So what students will do, since we're finding unit rate, is divide by 15. So if you put in your calculator, 3 divided by 15, we get 0.2 over 1. And what does that mean? It means 2/10 of a package can be shipped for $1. Oops. Okay, and again, both of these solutions are saying exactly the same thing. One answer is as a fraction, one is as a decimal. You decide what you like better. Okay, so let's take a look at part B. Part B will also have 2 variations. So in B, it's asking us to write the equation. So let's use y is equal to kx. Remember, k is our constant of proportionality, which is either 1/5 or 2/10. So one solution could be y is equal to 1/5 x. The other solution can be y is equal to 2/10 x. All right, there is number, what number is this? Number 4. Let's move on to number 5. Okay, in number 5, we have Susan, who likes to download 60 songs a month. So I want you guys to writing some important information, 60 songs per month. Okay. There. Let's see what else we know. Online music vendor sells package prices for songs that can be downloaded into personal digital devices. The graph shows the package prices for the most popular promotions. Susan wants to know if she should buy her music from this company. So we want to know, should she buy from the online vendor, or should she buy, or should she pay a flat fee of this $58? Let me highlight that for you. Okay. Or a flat fee of, of $58. So this is our question. This is what we're trying to figure out. Which is better? Is this a better option? What's going on here? Is this a better option, or is this a better option? So most students look at this and like, oh, just pay the flat fee. But the flat fee isn't always the better deal. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. So the only way to truly prove which one's better is simply crunching the numbers out. And I will show you how to do that. I'm going to pause, fix my screen up a little, and come back. Okay, there we go. So I want you to take a look at this chart here. And what we're going to do is take this graph, and we're actually going to convert it into a chart. So let's draw this chart. And what we're going to do is find the unit rate to this online music purchase. So we have the number of songs. We have the total cost. And then we're going to have our K, our constant of proportionality, or our unit rate. That last column we don't really need. So what I'm going to do is kind of dissect this information in the chart to help me find the unit rate. So I know that 40 songs cost me $36. So 40 songs cost me $36. I also know that 20 songs cost me $18. 20 songs cost $18. When I look here, I know that 12 songs will cost me $10.80. So 12 songs will cost me $10.80. And down here we know that 5 songs will cost $4.50. So 5 songs will cost $4.50. Not sure what's happening there. And this makes sense too. If I buy 0 songs, I pay $0. So what we're going to do is find how much one song costs. So the thing that you're trying to find one of is your denominator. So we're going to compare cost to song. Okay, and we're just going to divide. So for the top here, what I'm going to do is take 36 and divide it by 40 in my calculator. And you should get 0.9. So 36 divided by 40, you'll get 0.9. Then you're going to take 18 and divide it by 20, and you should get 0.9 again. Next, I'll take 10.8 and divide that by 12, and you should get 0.9. And down here, you should take 4.5 and divide that by 5, and you'll get 0.9. So what does all this mean? Well, what we did was we found the unit rate. What this is telling me is that each song costs 90 cents. Okay, that's what you just found out. So we found out that each song costs 90 cents. So let's take a look at all of our questions now. So part A, find the constant of proportionality for this situation. Great. So here's our answer for A. We just did it. B, write an equation to represent the relationship. So remember, when we talk about equations, we're talking about y equals k x. So we know that k, or our unit rate, is 90 cents. So y is equal to 0.9. You can put the 0 if you wish, x. And now part C. It says use your equation to find the answer to Susan's question above. And justify, explain your answer using math. So for part C, I have two options. The online vendor is 90 cents per song for 60 songs, or I can pay $58 a month. So what I want to do is figure out what 60 songs would cost. So I'm going to take 60 and times it by 0.90, and that's going to give me $54. So in this case, which is my better buy? Well, it is the better buy is the online music purchase because each song costs 90 cents. If I purchase 60 songs, I will only pay $54, whereas the flat fee will cost $58. A lot of students have said, well, what if I purchase more than 60 songs? Well, if the question was something different, if she purchased 70 songs or 80 songs, well, the flat fee would be definitely a better rate. But since Susan downloads around 60 songs or less, the online purchase of 90 cents per song is the better deal. Okay, so there is number 5 for you. Let's move on to the last one. So for this last one, what we need to do, and you guys can kind of read through the word problem on your own. At the end of the day, we're trying to figure out which one of these two t-shirt shops will give us the better deal, this Print-O-Rama or this Value T. We do know that the Value T charges $8. We also know that Print-O-Rama charges this setup fee as well as, oh, that's kind of dark, as well as a fixed amount, meaning, you know, $5 a shirt, $10 per shirt. So when I look at this table here, this $95 includes a setup fee plus the cost per shirt. So what we want to do is find what the cost per shirt is plus the setup fee. So what I'm going to do is pause and create a table, and then you guys are going to help me fill the table in. Okay, so here's a little table that I made. I know it's probably not making much sense right now, but why don't you take maybe a minute, pause the video, copy this chart down, and we're going to figure out what the cost per shirt plus the unit rate is for Print-O-Rama. All right, so the numbers that I'm going to use are going to be this 10 and 95 and this 50 and 375. So what I'd like to do is my first guess, and these are strictly guesses, it cost me $95 to buy 10 shirts. So what I'm going to do is subtract off the $20 fee that I think we might be charged, and that leaves me with $75. So I paid $75 for 10 shirts. So I'm going to take $75 and divide it by the 10 shirts. So that means each shirt costs $7.50. Okay. Now I'm going to look at the 50 shirts. $375 for 50 shirts. I'm going to subtract what I think is the fee. So that leaves me with $355. So I'm going to take $355 and divide it by the 50 shirts. 355 divided by 50, that gives me 7.1. So $7.10. So if you look at my two values here, 1 and 2, I knew I would have the correct answer if both of these final answers were the same. I'm close, but not quite. So I'm going to go to my second guess and do the same thing. So I'm going to go back to the 10 shirts, $95, and this time I'm going to subtract 25. That leaves me with $70 for the cost of all 10 shirts. So I'll take 70 divided by 10. That leaves me with 7. And I'm going to come back here on the right side and take $375 for my 50 shirts, subtract $25. That leaves me with $350. $350 is what I spent on 50 shirts. So if I take 350 and divide it by 50, I get 7. So if you notice, my unit rate is the same here. So that means each shirt costs $7 plus a $25 setup fee. Okay, now that we know this, we could answer all the questions listed here. So part A says, does either price model represent a proportional relationship? Well, if I take my line here and start at 0, I am able to go through all the points and make a straight line. So the answer is yes, value T and more is proportional because our line is not only straight, but it also goes through 0, 0. Part B, write an equation relating the cost and shirts for value T and more. So I'm going to take Y equals, and if we look at value T, each shirt costs $8. So Y equals KX. So Y equals 8X. So this is for B. Because I'm running out of room, I'm going to kind of erase each letter as I go. So if you need a problem or a solution, keep pausing the video because I don't have a whole lot of room to work with. For letter C is asking what is the constant of proportionality for value T and more. Well, the constant is asking us what's the unit rate. Well, we know it's $8 a shirt, so my answer is 8. Letter D, what is the Printorama setup fee? Well, we figured that out over here. We're going to the other shop now. So the answer there is 25. And for letter E, we're going to make another table. This one's not going to be as cumbersome. So we have Printorama on one side. We have value T on the other. So remember, for Printorama, it's $7 per shirt. Then we're going to add $25 fee. And for value T, we have $8 per shirt. Okay, so what we're going to do is if we buy these 90 shirts that we were asked to purchase, who would give us the better deal? So let's do math. So I have $7 a shirt for 90 shirts. So 9 times 70 is 630. And then I'm going to add $25 setup fee. This gives me a total of $655 for Printorama. For value, most students said this was the better deal because they were guessing. So I'm going to take $8 per shirt times the 90 shirts that I need. And this gives me $720. So who gives me the better deal? Printorama gives me the better deal. Because I pay $7 a shirt for 90 shirts, it's $630. Add $25 fee, I pay $655. Value T charges $8 a shirt. For 90 shirts, I pay $720, which makes Printorama the better deal. All right, thanks for watching. See you guys next time. Bye.